I'm continuing my Sister Wives rewatch, and we recently watched season 6, episode, I think 14. And it's a graduation. It was the polygamous flash mob when everybody but Janelle, the parents, all did a flash mob at the graduation ceremony, which is at the graduation party for Aspen and Leon. And this was something that kind of bothered me throughout the seasons, which is it kind of made sense of the graduation party. It was a family event. But then it felt like over time, like graduation parties, birthday parties, more and more I felt like were centered around Cody and Cody's performance. And then it was like weddings, baby showers. And I was like, well, baby shower has nothing to do with the father of the bride. And so anyway, that got weird. I have a couple of different things I'm going to say about this episode. But the one thing that right off the bat just really threw me was that multiple times, at least 4 or 5 times in this episode, they explicitly say Robyn wanted a fortune teller at this event. Robyn thought it'd be a lot of fun. Robyn explains how they're graduating, they're going off to new things. A fortune teller is about going to new things. And it just really surprised me. And understand, you're into fortune telling, hey, it's not my business. But how I was raised, and remember that they often talk to this day about how they're so Christian, not just their particular subsect of Mormonism, but that they're Christian. And in many ways, they talk about how they're more modest. They don't want their kids getting in bad influences. And how I was raised, and I'm about the same age. I think I'm a year older than Robyn. I was raised that all of that stuff, the occult, all of that is like way off limits. So that really threw me. So it just really surprised me that she recommended tarot, and it wasn't just an offhand thing. The number of times they mentioned it really surprised me. I'm going to do another video on what the tarot reader said to them, but it just kind of threw me because they do a lot of blanket judging about like we're more modest than other people, we're more religious than other people, we're more sometimes better is kind of a word they use. But anyway, so it really surprised me. And then when they actually did the reading, when she did a reading for Robyn made a couple of little comments like, oh, I know that these 2 cards, blah, 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 which made me think she actually knew a lot about tarot. Now, I know people are going to be like, oh, well, my mom's really into tarot and she's also a Christian and stuff. So I know there's exceptions to it, just for whatever reason, and maybe I'm alone in this. It really threw me where I was just like, oh, and then every time they mentioned it, I was like, oh, okay, we're really going with that line. And it kind of surprised me because normally with a lot of these things, Janelle's kind of on one end. She kind of is like, hey kids, whatever you do, just be safe. She never really got that I heard as much into like the modesty talk and all that. And then maybe like next to her was kind of Mary. And then we, kind of on the other end, we had Christine and Robyn who did a lot of like, we don't want our kids to go to churches that aren't ours. We're very modest. We don't drink, sometimes a little judgy, Christine, just saying. So it really surprised me that they had something like, we're going to have a fortune teller or tarot. But anyway. So next video, I'm going to talk about what the tarot reader said, because it was kind of a trip to go back and hear it. And then view it through the eyes of season 18 and be a little bit like, oh, interesting. If you view it this way, that kind of thing.